From the Flock of Birds production studio, it's time for the Mountaineer Ramble with your hosts, John Covey Cole, Michael Covey, and Jack Kincaid. Now, let's join the guys and talk Mountaineer football.
This is from 44. Hits it well. And improves his career long. Started this drive with a Foreman run. And not much room there. In fact, the ball came out. And West Virginia has it. From here, out of an empty set on third long. He steps up and throws it right at the marker. He's got Shorts, who's got a first down. Inside the 15, Nikhil Shorts gets 17 yards. On 2nd and 5, here comes Kennedy McCoy with a cutback. Reaching into the end zone for the West Virginia touchdown. 8-yard scoring run for Kennedy McCoy. And West Virginia has its first lead of the afternoon. They're bringing it. Bouchel has nowhere to go, and he's sacked back at the 39. White, the team for West Virginia. Howard over the middle, perfectly thrown to Javon Durant, who can fly, and it's a first down into Texas territory on a gain of 30. Texas bringing 5. It's picked up. Howard with time. Watch one in the end zone. He got shoved and still caught it. Touchdown West Virginia. On the 40, Howard to throw again. Late rusher comes and another wide open man. It's Nikhil Shorts. West Virginia. It is blocked by West Virginia. Take me home. So a blocked field goal, and Texas comes up empty-handed on its opening possession of the second half. Howard double clutches and throws and snagged out of the air by Nikhil Shorts. McCoy, a gaping hole for a West Virginia touchdown. What a drive for the Mountaineers, capped off by McCoy's second rushing score of the day.
Hey! That's like the 4th or 5th time you done this. I'm not happy with it. It's got my own part of the show and you walking all over it repeatedly. And this was a real good play. I liked it a whole bunch. You seen Jack? He done left, didn't he? Well, anyway, I got to tell him something next time I see him. If you talk to him before I do, just tell him to get a hold of me. Anyway, Rasul Douglas, he wasn't supposed to get this ball, but he snatched it, took it for himself. I'll see y'all later.
Fake the Foreman. Bouchel looking line side. John Bird. It's intercepted. Bird dropped it. Douglas caught it. West Virginia. Fake it to him on third down. And Bouchel gets pounded by Kaiser White. Fake it to him on third down. And Bouchel gets pounded by Kaiser White. Texas drops to set up a return. Work has it and pays the price. 2nd and 10. Bouchel back to throw. Lewis one rusher, but can't get away from long. He's sacked for the 3rd time in this second half. Here comes pressure. They get rid of it. I don't know that he got there. He's stopped short by Rasul Douglas. Take me home, country road.
There you have it, guys. We are 8-1. We got out of Austin with another win. You have got to quit cutting me off in the highlights, man.
You got to stay out of what I'm doing. I mean, to an extent.
Glad to see you're moving around a little bit better this week. Last week you was kind of pale and chilling out.
Yeah. I was
Borders, language, culture.
I was trying to do a little challenge on the kids.
The little mannequin.
Mannequin.
How was ZZ Top?
Face sufficiently melted off.
Oh, dang, yeah.
Anyway, guys, my name is John Covey Cole. We got Jack Kincaid, Michael Covey. Welcome back to the Mountaineer Ramble. Like I said, we got out of Austin, Texas with a win. It was a close game, 24-20. Mountaineers come out on top. Skylar Howard, 21 for 35, 269 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. Yes, Jack, I said 3 interceptions.
Yeah. So, look at that.
That guy cost us a game in Stillwater. He's lucky that game didn't.
Lucky.
Well,
us again.
one of the difference maker really is Texas coughed up 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
So it offset a little bit. It's just saying that we're 1 turnover better than a not very good team.
Yeah.
Well, we had 4 turnovers, so
we're 1 turnover better. But we can allow for 1 turnover
I got what you're
on a
saying.
not very good team.
I could be mistaken, but I don't think there was any points scored off any turnover in that game.
Oh, we'll
I
get
could
to
be
that.
wrong,
Hey,
Starts the game 11 for 14, 155 yards and a touchdown. Right?
Sounds good.
Honestly, cooking.
yeah.
Great throw. Probably
Yeah.
shouldn't have thrown it. Went into coverage. Boom. Pop. Bang. Touchdown. Starting off hot. 3 interceptions in the third quarter. 1, 2, 3.
That was a-
Trace Hombres, brother.
that was a
3.
horrible quarter. How about Justin Crawford coming in? They thought he was ready to go, fumbles the ball. They
Yeah.
got him out of there. He obviously wasn't ready, so coaches, that's on you.
Yeah.
But still, son, no matter how hard you are, you're going to come in the game, you got to hold him on that
Hold on
ball.
that big
Which I
time.
think that might be his first fumble of the year, so I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't ready to go. You ain't ready to go. Don't step in.
Yeah.
Right.
But look at it. 386 yards total offense. Season low. All right. Last 20 minutes of the game, gentlemen. 1 first down. 1. Uno.
No bueno.
Uno. No bueno. Yes, Mikey. Yes.
Kennedy McCoy did all the running for us. Elijah did a couple of things. Nothing really to talk about. He had 25 carries. Kennedy McCoy had 25 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Appreciate you picking up the slack when we needed you, buddy. That was really crucial. Don't know the status on Shell.
Do it again. Do it
Don't
more.
know the status on Crawford, but
Do it again. Do it more.
exactly.
Harder, faster, stronger.
Greedy.
Greedy. Jack likes those greedy backs.
Yeah, like some
Give
bitty
it to
grabs.
me.
Nikhil Shorts, 5 receptions, 75 yards. Great work.
Not a bad day. Not a bad day.
Shelton Gibson, 4 receptions, 65 yards. Did you guys see that hit he took and held onto that ball?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, I
broke my
had a
back.
lump in my
That
throat.
broke my
I didn't think he was getting up.
Hey, Gronk was wishing he was Shelton.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, football on the professional level.
Karan White, 6 receptions, 82 yards and a touchdown, and one of the I'm surprised that wasn't your fun bet. One of the nicest catches I've ever seen.
Hey,
People's been saying he was pushed down, but he wasn't pushed down. He
what
was
about his brother? That hit he laid.
Oh yeah, Kazir got him a little bit.
Boy.
He did definitely get him a little bit, and that surprised me because I was like, oh, that's a heck of a hit. Nice sack. And then next thing I know, he's up with the ball. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. And then they showed the replay, and I was like,
Got
that's
him.
our ball.
Got him.
How about this? Bill Kenny. Huh?
Oh,
Special
fun.
teams
That's,
plug.
that's our guy right there.
Wow. As coach would say, player of the game for Bill Kenny.
Oh,
All right.
That's big old twos, buddy.
Our punter pins Texas back inside the 15 twice. Right. Average starting position for Texas all day, 24-yard line.
Very nice.
I can dig it.
No returns in the fourth quarter. Yes, you get it. You get it.
Good job.
Stingy punters, greedy backs.
Booty back. Speaking of special teams, how about the blocked field goal on special teams? That right there was very crucial in my opinion because look at it like this: if we want to block that field goal, the name escapes me who blocked it. I'm sorry, but I didn't catch who it was that blocked it. It was blocked.
Our team blocked it.
Our team blocked it.
By God.
Here you go. Check this out for a scenario though. If that is not blocked and that is made, that is a 1-point ball game. Therefore, Texas would not have needed a touchdown to win that ball game. They would have needed a field goal to win that ball game, and it very well could have went a different direction. But there's no what ifs in football.
It's a solid theoretical, buddy.
It is. In the first half, Dante Foreman rushed for over 100 yards, which had me really concerned. But in the second half, he had 50-some yards.
Yeah.
So great job.
Well, that guy's gonna get his, but
Great job
he did
defense for slowing him down.
at the time, the nation's leading rusher.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
At the time.
I mean, you got to say the defense, bend, don't break. That was an excellent example of that.
Totally.
Held them to under a 3 touchdown total at 20. You know, I mean, the offense gave you 7 points, 5 punts, and 3 turnovers in the final
And a
44
partridge
minutes,
and a
almost
pear
45
tree.
minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So defense is out there with injuries, mind you.
No
No
one
watch
watched it. We
to.
wasn't even in the game.
Not in the game.
Yeah.
Not in the game. Faced 100 plays. Took the field 4
Al
times.
Benton wasn't in the game
Took the field 4 times in the fourth quarter alone.
and went to work.
Went to work.
the work.
Did it. Got it
Justin
done.
Arndt, 12 tackles on the
Playing on a 4-point lead.
Yeah, totally. Justin Arndt, 12 tackles and a sack on the day. David Long, 10 tackles and a sack. Maurice Fleming, 9 tackles. Rasul Douglas,
Oh.
9 tackles and an interception.
Oh, that guy.
Kazir White, you mentioned him, 5 tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery. How about Rasul Douglas, guys? He is tied second
In the nation.
in the nation for the most interceptions with
Interceptions.
Horace Richardson from SMU and Blake Brown from Troy.
Yeah.
They're sitting right behind Florida
Where-
State's
where do
Travarius
those guys
McFadden
play?
with 7. SMU and Blake
Community
Brown.
college.
And Troy?
And Troy, yeah.
Troy tried to recruit me, man. Come on now.
Hey,
Come on now.
But you are a handsome man.
Yeah.
I'd recruit you too.
looking
Look,
dude,
this,
but I mean,
this
you
ain't
know.
Sparta.
Hey, I'm surprised that
Yeah.
nobody tried to hit me in the jaw yet with the shirt I'm wearing.
Oh, man.
Broke
It's
my
okay.
jaw.
Oh, yeah.
all right.
His legs
Tweak
hurt
my
or something.
knee.
Hey, I don't do this enough while you guys are talking about fashion faux pas and whatnot. Mike Casaza, that was one of the best articles, your write-up from the Gazette on the game. Like, really dug that. And
I didn't catch it. It's pretty
pulled a
good
lot.
stuff, huh?
Yeah, really concise, really good stuff, man. Just wanted to give you props and a little show your work, you know. I mean,
He usually does write pretty good stuff. I didn't
yeah,
catch that
not
one,
bad
man.
at all,
Top
man.
notch.
Back to a little bit about the stats of that game, guys. Texas had 32 first downs. WVU had 22. Texas had 218 rushing yards. WVU had 114. Texas had 318 receiving yards. WVU had 269. So that's 536 Texas yards to WVU's 383 total yards. Don't always listen to the numbers, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to win you the game. I mean, obviously you can prepare all you want.
Well, when you're bleeding interceptions, I mean, the numbers don't necessarily dictate. You know what I mean?
The defense did not have a break in that third quarter, like
Oh,
you
no.
said.
Nah, just
It's
played it
constant
up, man.
almost.
Jody Gibson, good on you, man, having them guys ready to go. Actually, no offense, Tony, but good on you, defense. No matter who's coaching you, you got to have that drive because if you ain't got it, it'll show on the field.
Either
Well,
got it or you
I like
ain't.
what Gibby said. You know, we're a football team, not an offense or defense, and we're a product of what coaches put together and built here.
Right.
Talking Coach Holgerson, and not only just the schemes, but also the attitude and the team getting along together and things like that. So, Coach also mentioned, Rasul was the top defender on the team. I think that's pretty clear.
In the nation.
Well,
yeah.
let's just talk about what we
Okay,
got.
baby. See, okay.
I mean, anything else, and then there's a bunch of games to decide that. Not a bunch, but a few. A few important ones.
Yeah.
And he credits Coach Gibson working with him, and also Blue Adams on the team coming over and working all summer. That's the kind of things that take your performance up.
It does. I mean,
also pays dividends to the team.
totally does. Anyway, guys, there is a look at the win against Texas. We could talk about it more, but we'll go ahead and move on. But right now, we're going to go ahead and take a break and check out Crackback Jack's disappointment of the week.
What's up, Ramble fans? You know what time it is. It's time for Crackback Jack's Disappointment of the Week. So what do we got this week? No big surprise. A weak officiating crew that sent Dana Holgerson darn near into orbit. All right? It got me thinking. Holidays are coming up. I'm not a holiday guy, but I do some repetitive things like watch Christmas Story, and I got to thinking, in the heat of battle, Coach Holgerson was known to weave a tapestry of obscenity that, as far as we know, is still hanging over top of Milan Puskar Stadium. So here it goes. Watch this. Not a finger!
Dana Holgerson losing his mind. You got to be careful here.
I mean, he sure is giving them a tongue lashing. And I'm not exactly sure what he's so fired up or upset about.
It seems to be that he's mad that he didn't get the timeout sooner. Or he didn't want the timeout. I don't know. As it stands, no timeouts left for either side with 32 seconds.
You got to wonder what the communication was in the first place. I mean, how else would they have confused that he didn't want the timeout? You're not going to tell the guy that you didn't want the timeout, right? I mean, you're just going to continue to keep playing at that point. So he must have at some point told him maybe he wanted to, and then all of a sudden backed off that decision.
Last case of emotions right now.
Guys, I thought he was going to hit a dude in the mouth.
Oh, throw a headset, slap a ref, do something.
I think he was deserving on that.
Was it a timeout issue? Was it not letting him substitute his defensive players?
Look, I'm not going to get into second spitter, second shooter theory, but look at it. They'd missed about 6 calls in a row up to that point.
It was bad, yeah.
I think what happens is you're not going to be able to argue with them like that on things that you just disagree with. Their call stands. Now, if you argue a point of procedure, I think you get away with what he did, which, I mean, come on, who didn't think Coach was getting tossed on that one? I mean, straight up, he was lunatic fringe, baby. He was James Hetfield frantic.
I made one of the memes and put it out on the Twitter and the Facebook. It said your reaction when you find out that one of the refs drank your last Red Bull.
Oh,
it was a video.
That'll do it.
I get with that.
That'll do it.
Like I said, I thought he was going to hit a dude. I was like, Dana, you about to get kicked out of the game.
Get grabbed
get a
up.
fine, all this good stuff. But like you said, you can't push back a lot with the refs in football or any sport really. But when you have that situation where you can and you can show your ass,
I think
they messed up. You can get him.
I think he loopholed himself into that old ass chewing they gave him, and good on you, Coach. Man, that's passion, baby.
That is
exactly what
like to see that.
If you can watch what was going on and how they were doing us in that time period, I mean, overall, the same game, they're gonna miss some calls. We're not saying that, but over that time period, if you're not a little bit Dana Holgerson fan at that point, man, I don't think blue and gold is
in your blood,
baby.
Yeah,
it's not your colors.
If you can't see the passion coming from your coach right there, I don't know what to tell you. Might as well go and root for a coach in Michigan or maybe one in Arizona.
Start wearing green.
I don't
still got a job.
I don't know. I imagine not. I hear he's going to Ohio and
play on Tuesdays.
Play on Tuesdays.
Hey, they gonna let him teach gym class and all that.
He's gonna be like the gym class teacher in Porky's. Anyway, guys, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the top 25. We just we're shooting on Tuesday this week. We just watched the undoing of the veil, if you will, of the top 25, and it's
one of those times they done do the veil and you don't want to look at the bride.
Put it back on. Put it back on, girl.
You had Michigan, you had Clemson, you had Washington all lose this past weekend. So I'm thinking, hey, we're back in this thing.
Yeah,
Big 12's got a chance.
Come up.
Well, that being said, I'll give you 5 through 1. Louisville, okay. Clemson, number 4. You just lost Clemson. How are you still in the top 4? Michigan, number 3. You just lost Michigan to an Iowa. Iowa, and you're still number in the top 4.
Strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule.
Resume.
Harbaugh.
This is how I look at
Khaki
it, gentlemen.
pants.
This is how I look at it, gentlemen. The way they're doing this poll, wins and losses don't really matter in the regular season. I'm not saying West Virginia should be in the top 4. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But those two teams should not be there. This is how I look at it. This is how it should be. Just like the BCS was. A lot of people didn't like the BCS. There was things I didn't like about the BCS system, but it was true, and you didn't have that ESPN media bias bullcrap.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say Ohio State lost, what, 3 weeks ago to Penn State? Something like
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Louisville lost to Clemson earlier in the year, right? Okay. You got to look at your loss when it happens. You can't lose this week and then still, well, that's all right. They got a good schedule and they played good and they just barely lost. We'll go ahead and put them right back
Well,
where
no,
they was at.
like they was talking about on the reveal show. Mm-hmm. They wasn't talking about what you've done, how many losses you got, who you beat. It was what team could hang with Alabama is what they was basing
I
it
got
all
something I'd like to hang on Alabama.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to hate Alabama. They've done everything right this year.
on. I ain't
Alabama,
hating on Alabama. I'm hating on them comparing, not who you've played or what you've done.
Mikey, them dudes get paid to talk this for a
To
living.
get me hyped all
For
the
a
time.
livings. For livings.
it's still possible.
Bananas.
Hear me out, boys. It's still possible for the Mountaineers to make the playoffs.
Whatever. I don't care.
You've been telling me that all year, Jack.
Doesn't make a difference.
It's still
to me.
possible. I think. I mean, I can't tell what's going on with these
Look.
these polls.
I don't know.
I want to cry, Jack.
I don't know the way.
Wisconsin's got 2 losses, but it's
Sure.
been a while since they had their 2
Yeah,
losses.
great.
They should be in the top 4 right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So.
Washington loses. They dropped to 6.
Uh-huh.
Penn State. Penn Mother State.
What the heck's the net line?
Getting you all hot and bothered, right? I mean, you got a lather worked up, right?
Under the collar,
Let me
yeah.
tell you about something that beats all that. Big game in town this weekend, come Motown way.
Huge.
On Saturday, and it makes anything that we just said in this last segment
Irrelevant.
irrelevant.
Number
Completely
14.
irrelevant.
Versus number 9.
Yep.
Hold on,
But-
fellas. Can I ask y'all a question?
Maybe.
A&M is 25th this week, right?
Okay.
What were they last week? Does anybody know?
9, I think. No, that was Auburn. Is Auburn even still in the mix yet? They're still 15.
Is that a one-loss A&M team?
No.
Or 2 loss?
2.
2 loss.
If we're going to argue strength of schedule, which I know we haven't been that hard, but I mean, I've seen 3 or 4 A&M games. That's a solid team.
Yeah,
that
that is
probably
a
is much better than 25. Whatever.
So-
It's an SEC team. It's impossible for me to feel bad for them.
You got a 7-3 USC in front of us. 10-13.
Because that makes complete sense.
Don't
man.
it though?
It's all about what have you done for me
3
lately.
losses to our 1 loss.
Yeah.
And then you got an 8-2 Utah sitting in
Wasn't that
front
a
of us.
7-point game when Texas went out there?
I think so.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we got a better record, and
Yeah.
we beat Texas by 4.
Yeah.
So I mean, what's that tell you?
8
Nothing. That's what it tells. It tells me
no.
we got Oklahoma on Saturday, kicking off on 8 o'clock.
8-2 Utah sitting in front of us at number 12. Who they beat? Arizona?
I don't know. Ain't they in the whack or?
I don't
pack
know.
or-
Oklahoma State is number 11, 8-2.
Crack.
Some people would
I
say
mean-
they're 9-1. Actually, Mike Gundy, I seen his press conference from over the weekend. He was referring to his team as the 9-1 Oklahoma State Cowboys. He's not. He's like, yeah, that y'all may call that a loss, but that wasn't a loss for me. I actually hear
whatever.
he's in. He's one of the names that's been tossed around for the LSU job.
Well, he needs a haircut, first of all. You can get a haircut. And
He's a man.
Haircut! I'm a man!
I'll give you Oklahoma State should be in front of us because they did beat us.
Head to head.
I mean, but
And they lost early.
everything you offered up says that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So that
It used to
you can't count that.
It used to be, what have you done for me lately? But that's not even
I mean,
a fact case anymore.
Mikey, you've given the best theory out there. How do they stack up against Alabama?
That's
So
exactly-
somebody thinks that dead lurch nonsense, us playing a bad game out at Stillwater, is a better matchup for Bama than we are.
Colorado sitting at number 10.
Of course they are. They run a Buffalo out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes as much sense in these rankings as anything else, man. I mean,
I'm getting worked up, guys. Let's go ahead and check in with our sponsor, see how things are going.
I go for margaritas.
Yeah.
Jimmy Chang.
Chimichanga.
The Mountaineer Ramble, sponsored in part by El Mariachi, Mexican restaurant and cantina on Airport Road in Beaver. Open 7 days a week, offering a mouth-watering array of delicious Mexican cuisine. Stop by and see Jay and Jose, and you'll see for yourself why El Mariachi was voted the best Mexican restaurant in southern West Virginia. El Mariachi will spice up your day.
Anyway, guys, go down there to El Mariachi and get you some good grub. Margaritas. Let's talk a little bit about the Big 12, gentlemen.
Okay.
Obviously we done touched base that we beat Texas 24-20. Iowa State beat Kansas 31-24. Baylor got the brakes beat off of them by Oklahoma 45-24.
As Coach said, beat up with a 300-yard passing attack and 200-yard rushers. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Defense, we got to play, baby. There ain't nothing.
Can't get around it.
Short. Hey, you can come in and get beat up, or you can go beat somebody else up. I would always choose the latter.
Texas Tech falls 44-45 against Oklahoma State, which I was rooting for Texas Tech, and you Mountaineer fans
Can they both
should have
lose?
been doing the same.
Can they both lose?
Well,
No, Jack.
I don't know if you guys
this.
watched that game or not, but Texas Tech, the reason they had 44 and Oklahoma State had 45, Texas Tech missed an extra point with like a minute to go in the game. That's why it wasn't tied up at 45.
That helps the Mountaineers, Jack.
I giggle.
If Tech would
You know
won
what?
that game.
You know what, Mikey? You know what helps the Mountaineers?
The Mountaineers.
Being slighted by the public and going in and
Ripping a new one.
drilling Oklahoma. Drilling, get it? Drilling?
Yeah.
Like oil.
For
you know?
oil in Oklahoma.
Drilling Oklahoma on Saturday night, round about 8 o'clock until about 11 o'clock, just beating the brakes off of that. That's what helps the Mountaineers. Keep slighting us. Keep slighting us. I'm digging what you're doing. Keep slighting us. Chip's getting heavier, right? It makes me want to hit you harder. That's it. Period. That's what helps the Mountaineers. This voodoo economics nonsense here, this doesn't help anybody. This is selling.
Week to week, game to game.
What do we say when we sat out there and wasted our time watching that? What do we say? It makes a boring interlude in between two college basketball games that nobody is really hyped to see right now. Worth watching.
Yeah.
Or at least it gets people convinced that it's worth watching until the brief soundbite that they say, well, those guys really don't know what the hell they're talking about.
But you had a good point, Mikey. But the rest of the games this week, Kansas State is playing Baylor, which nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
Baylor, I'll be surprised if they actually got a program next year unless they do a clean sweep this off season because that place is a mess.
You mean like necessary roughness?
Yeah, sure. But Baylor's falling apart at the seams. Every week there's something else coming up.
Quarterback breaking his leg and just
poor guy.
Yeah, they're
Kurt Russell.
Seth. It's Kurt's boy.
Is it really?
It could be.
You don't know.
Hey, we don't. Nobody knows.
He don't know what he's talking about.
He just knows his mom. He never met his father.
Texas Tech playing Iowa State this weekend. Obviously, we done mentioned Oklahoma coming to Morgantown.
What time is that,
Hopefully
Zach?
play
8
Jack?
o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Hopefully
When?
play in a
8
snowstorm.
o'clock, Ike.
Okay.
Ike. On Saturday, Ike.
Touche, Ike.
And one of the two last chances for us to get helped out, Oklahoma State is playing TCU at TCU. And after that, Oklahoma State only has one more game, and it's December 3rd against Oklahoma. What Mikey was referring to, Jack, is Oklahoma State has to lose at least one more game. Because even if we win out at this point,
They win the tiebreaker
and they win out,
between us. So.
they win the Big 12 and we don't. Because they beat us. And they only have one conference loss right now.
Which is why we wanted Tech to beat them Saturday.
Which I'm going to argue, again, at the way they pick teams, that doesn't matter.
Well,
Strength of schedule, John.
there's a good chance that Ohio State is not going to make it to the championship game.
Yeah.
That Penn State will get it
That's
over
funny.
top of them. And will the committee actually put Ohio State in over a conference
If they beat
champion?
Michigan.
Stop.
Come
Stop
on,
with
Jack,
your cynicism.
you love this.
Stop with your
You love
cynicism.
this.
No, look. Did they do the right thing by sending game day out to wherever the hell Central Michigan is? Yes, of course. How dare you argue with them? Is this right? Yes, this should be law. You should have to betroth your daughters based on this. It's a science, not a law. It's.
I will steal a word
perfect.
from you earlier in the season. This is unconceivable, in my opinion. That's what I said.
Inconceivable. It's fine. Hey, look.
I want to win the Big 12, Jack. I'm sorry.
Jack
I'm
does
looking
too.
at the possible scenarios. to
Jack
make this
does
happen.
too, but Jack he
No,
don't care what
no.
everybody else does.
I don't care.
He just
Just take care of our business, is what you're saying.
But you gotta
I
understand,
don't care.
we can't do it by
I don't
ourselves
care.
now.
I don't care about winning the Big 12. Win every ball game in front of you, which you can do. Go up there, you go in, you beat Oklahoma so bad that you tell Jim Ross, you can't come back to our state no more. Don't you wear that black cowboy hat in front of me ever again. Ever again.
Hopefully,
You don't do that. Childhood hero.
Hopefully,
you don't do that.
Hopefully, we give JR a good old slobber knocker this
Yeah.
weekend.
Exactly.
He's right in the suck hole. That's
Right
Jack
in the
Barnes.
suck hole.
Right in the
Right
suck
in the
hole.
suck hole. Like these Mountaineers came here to play, JR. But hey, look. Hey, here, let me throw something else on the inconsequential fire that we've started this week. Bowl chatter. Do you care? No, I don't. Why?
Why?
Several weeks off. Okay, it's going to be the Sugar Bowl, the Russell Athletic Bowl, or possibly the Cotton Bowl. Who cares? I don't. Beat Oklahoma. Did you get the theme of the show? Beat Oklahoma, and we're upset about things that don't matter at all. That's the theme of the show.
Beat Oklahoma. I can't argue with that. Can you?
Beat Oklahoma. That's it. That's all that matters. That's what the season rests on. I didn't want it to rest on that. I picked Oklahoma to beat us. I'm self-admitting right now. Beat Oklahoma. Make me wrong on this. Make me wrong on this.
I'm with you, man.
Don't care about the bowl chatter. Recruiting? Who cares? Come to West Virginia. We're getting better. How about that? There's my recruiting pitch. You want to play ball? You want to get seen? You're going to get slighted in the press, but it'll make you play harder the next week.
You're not gonna
Ask
win the
Rasul
Big 12.
Douglas. Ask Kazir White. All right? It will make you a better player to get slighted. Don't care about
Since
that.
Jack's already worked up, I was going to talk about the Heisman race this week.
Heisman.
I'm not going to, Jack, because the way I look at it, it's Lamar Jackson's and
And
nobody
then the
else.
rest of them.
And maybe Jabril Peppers behind him, but
Rasul Douglas. Dark horse.
Yeah.
that boy's good.
That boy good.
He is.
Jiminy.
Since we got Jack all worked up, we're going to go ahead and we missed you last week. I threw your trivia out for you.
I appreciate that.
But we're going to get you.
Heard there was some conflict and hijinks on that, but we're a giving show.
We are.
Yeah, Jack. I was sitting over here all last week, just sitting here.
Like this.
Waiting on you. Just sitting here. Didn't even move. I just waited on Jack all day.
I had his picture in for you.
That ain't
I mean, all you had to do was play Love Bites and call me up. I mean, it's always worked in the past.
But the trivia, go ahead and throw us out a trivia question for this week, Jack, if you don't care.
All right, trivia. In the 2008 Fiesta Bowl,
Ooh, good times. That was Leave No Doubt, wasn't it?
that was leading up.
Leave No Doubt.
84% of the nation was wrong in picking Oklahoma to beat your WVU Mountaineers.
And this week,
So-
hold on, I'm cut you off right there. This week again, Mama wrong again.
Probably. Well, I mean, odds are looking like 4.5 points to WVU. So Oklahoma's giving us 4.5.
They ain't giving us nothing.
I guarantee if Coach Holgerson gets a crack at it, that's going to be 4.5 touchdowns before he's done with it.
I'm sorry.
This is the fourth time this year that we've been the underdog this season. Power ranking: Oklahoma number 1, West Virginia number 3, some inconsequential team in the middle. Oklahoma State.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
You're kids.
Give me a haircut.
All right. So
Trivia.
Fine. 2008 Fiesta Bowl. 84% of Americans. That's 84 out of 100. That's 8.4 out of 10.
Oh,
so
That's a lot of
if
Americans.
theoretically a girl football fan is pregnant, like 40% pregnant,
Which
I don't even know what that means. No kids of my own. But 40% pregnant, then 8 out of those 10 picked Oklahoma to beat us, right? So in that game, Pat White threw for the school's longest offensive play in bowl history. All right? How long was it and who to? Okay? 2-part answer. How long was that play and who did it go to? Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah, he's greedy. Give to
When
him.
you on these there, boys.
Oh, good.
Protect your hands.
From the
The
cold.
beverages
or the
is
warm.
cold.
Gonna be real cold this weekend, boys.
Yes,
Oh.
it is.
Snow and Coey.
Speaking of this
Snowy.
weekend, we've been referencing it all show long. This weekend, guys, one of the prime moments that I've been waiting for this season. Oklahoma's coming to town. 8 o'clock kickoff on ABC. Being called by Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit. No college game day because they wanted to take old man Corso out to
Michigan and let him die.
Wherever that is. God.
Lay my body in that Lake Michigan.
Which I'm kind of glad because if you guys look at every time that game day's been to Morgantown,
Yeah.
we've lost.
Jinx.
Yeah.
So stay away, boys.
Yeah.
Stay
We
away.
got, there. We got work to do.
We
Yeah.
do. We're busy.
We don't
Yeah,
need these
work to
distractions.
You know, man.
It's going to be a tough game, boys. Skylar Howard, you got to hold the mistakes down, buddy. The 3 interceptions, fumbles, that ain't going to work against Oklahoma.
Won't do it.
You can't make a lot of mistakes against Oklahoma and win a ball game.
Best offense in the Who Cares League.
Right?
right.
That's the one.
Defense is pretty awful.
I had
Got Baker Mayfield, QB. Got a fella named Westbrook out there catching passes. A guy named Mixon catching passes.
Samaje Perine back too.
P. Ryan back there,
He's back.
healthy. Defense has got to rise to the challenge. I've said that, and the coaches say that.
I was debating with a guy earlier. He was saying that West Virginia was one of the best defenses in Big 12. I said, okay, if they're one of the best, who's the best?
Yeah.
And he said Kansas State.
I mean, it's
Kansas State's they're disciplined. I'll give them that.
Yeah, it's being well coached.
Yeah.
This was my argument to him.
Fairly good, athletic, tall.
This was my argument to him, fellers. Okay, Kansas State has a good defense, whatever. Maybe on paper, they may be a better defense than us, but look at the wins and losses and look at how many times our offense has hung our defense out to dry, and the defense comes out there and makes us stop.
I'm not even going to argue with that. All I'm going to say is, hey, you've got a chance to go out there and do work. And if any of the members of the defense that listen to our show, if this is reaching any of you, listen up. You have an opportunity on Saturday to step out on Mountaineer Field, the heart of West by God, in my opinion, because we're all Mountaineers those days when you come out there, and take the field and beat a really good team because you're a really good team, and make every argument like that well, you're one of the best defenses in the Big 12. No.
I want to be the best.
You
are
get
the best.
You get to go out there and prove what you are. Take the opportunity, please. Don't win this game for me. Win this game for you and everybody else out there that is supporting you and that's going to be yelling their natural head off. And send a statement.
Leave no doubt, if you will.
That's
Leave no doubt.
That's in a nutshell, Jack.
God bless you,
we can
Coach.
end the show right there if we want to, boys. But Oklahoma is number 3 in total offense in the nation. You know me, I like numbers. WVU is number 19 in total offense, which actually surprised me because there's been a lot of times we've went out there. I should have got the scoring offense too because I'm sure our scoring offense is nowhere near as up there as our offense, total offense.
Guarantee
is.
it's the red zone offense that the difference.
Yeah.
You know?
Total
Got in trouble
defense,
with that.
league wide, WVU 65, Oklahoma number 81. Well, like I said, once again about numbers, Oklahoma is very disciplined, 11th in the nation in penalties. So they're not going to give you a lot of chances. They're not going to mess up a lot. Well, then again, they ain't been to Morgantown yet this year either, have they?
At 8 o'clock.
Every one of you guys coming to Morgantown this weekend, if I'm going to be there. If I look around and I see somebody not getting jacked up and helping our boys out, I'm going to come have a talk with you. And Jack and Mikey might be there with me. So we might all come talk to you. We got a job just like they do on the field, guys, so y'all be ready to go. Make it loud. Make them so they can't hear themselves whispering.
Absolutely. Get ignorant. Now, one thing I will say is our team's going to go out there and show what they've got. Be a good fan. Don't be that fan from other schools. Except those people that come from God knows where in
Western
Oklahoma.
Michigan?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, whoever comes out there wearing that like pink, purplish, whatever that color is that they wear, treat them nice, show them a good time, yell your natural head off, and make it so loud out there they don't want to come back our way no more. But don't beat them up. Don't beat them. Don't cheat them.
All right.
You know,
Definitely
show them a
feed
good
'em.
night. But leave them going home in defeat. Fair enough?
And
All right.
for the most part, Mountaineer Nation, you guys do a wonderful job with that. I've heard and seen a lot of reviews through the years about how welcoming Mountaineer fans were to opposing fans. We don't want you to win. Don't get us wrong, but we'll show you the respect. I mean, most of us will.
Yeah.
People that
Hey,
Jack's
just look
talking
at
about, treat them like it's your brother.
Look at them, tell them welcome to Morgantown, and wish them on their way because it's going to be a rough night for them.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and start the process. There's not a whole lot more to talk about there. Big game this weekend. Huge implications. I say the Mountaineers are going to walk out this weekend, and I say it's going to be a close game. I say it's going to be 24-17. Mountaineers are going to win. Which, like you said earlier in the show, Jack, I picked Oklahoma at the beginning of the season to be one of the losses this year.
Yeah.
But the way them boys have been playing,
This ain't the team we knew.
I believe.
Preseason.
If they come out there and play mistake-free football and play with the heart, play with that chip on their
In
shoulder.
Morgantown.
In Morgantown.
All
They
bets
should-
is
they should
off.
handle
All
their
bets is
business.
off.
Just watch out for the refs. They're because Dana's watching you. You better make sure you got your stuff right. Anyway, guys, 24-17, Oklahoma. Mikey, what you got? Or West Virginia, I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, what are you doing?
Woo! 24-17, West Virginia. What do you look like?
Mountaineers, 30 points. Sooners, 27.
Ooh, real close.
Tight one. Very tight.
We're going to block a field goal, or are they just going to run out of time?
Skyler's going to flip Bob Stoops off. And then, Dana's going to call timeout, ice her kicker. We're going to miss the
What happens
game
if Dana
time.
calls timeout and the refs don't see it?
Then,
He's going to drop
then he
kick.
swings this time. He swings on it.
What do you think, Jack?
I got 45-38 good guys. That's coal mounters out punching oil riggers, all right?
That's
We
right.
know it.
What you're going to do is you're going to see a fight.
Grab that rough neck.
Yep. All right, baby.
Guys, hopefully next week we'll see you. We'll be 9-1.
9-1.
Leave no doubt, boys.
Leave no doubt.
The talking heads of ESPN is giving Mountaineers zero credit. Go out there and show them how we do. Guys, you got anything else?
Good to go.
That'll about do her.
Jack Kincaid, Mikey Covey. I'm John Covey Cole, guys. Till next week. Ramble on.